Yo, what up, my dudes? No Super Motocross for MX Simulator. Alright, that's what this video is all about. So, I do know that there has been a couple of, custom Super Motocross track, replica tracks made for MX Sim, but there's not any sort of actual RF Pro Racing for Super Motocross with MX Simulator in 2023. I just can't seem to figure out why, other than RF is being lazy. They've kind of been known for doing that the past few years. It's just kind of weird to me. Just a little weird, wouldn't you say, that they'll do the full Supercross series of pro racing, they'll do the entire Motocross series, they'll even do the MXGP series, but the 3 rounds of Super Motocross, nah, dog, we can't do that. It's just bizarre, guys. I don't know. It's just a little bizarre MX, you know what I'm saying? Just can't figure out what's going on here. It would have helped this game out a lot to have the first year of Super Motocross in the pro racing in this game. MX bikes, I've seen some of those tracks, the Super Motocross Pro tracks for MX bikes. Looks like that's bringing back MX bikes a little bit right now. And I've noticed something about MX Simulator and MX bikes. It seems like the specific tracks that the pro racing organization makes heavily, makes a difference on how good the game seems to be doing at that particular time. I go back to when the pro motocross season just kicked off. I felt like it sort of breathed some life into MX Simulator because RF started to do the bigger pre-made ruts again, in combination with the fact that, MX Bikes was kind of making some weird outdoor motocross tracks this year. They're at the beginning of the pro motocross season, so I felt like it kind of, made MX Simulator go back up in its value a little bit, kind of made it come back to life a little bit. But then we get through the outdoor season and we get to Super Motocross, and there is no Super Motocross racing for MX Simulator, but there is for MX Bikes. And that track, that at least the first round on MX Bikes, I haven't actually rode on it, but it looked pretty sick. It looked like it was pretty legit. So, it heavily impacts the excitement and I feel like the player base and everything around these certain kind of games like MX Simulator and MX Bikes, depending on how good the tracks are that the pro racing organization is actually making at the time. That makes a big difference in all that. I know Matt Robb, I believe, is the guy that's been making some Super Motocross replica custom tracks for MX Simulator, and they look pretty good. I've not really rode on them, but so far I've not seen anything on any sort of RF, actual official pro Super Motocross racing for MX Simulator. It's just unfortunate. It's just sad to see it, such an amazing game. I mean, there's still so many people that love MX Simulator and they want to play this game and they want to compete in this game, but unfortunately, we've gotten so far down the road here with the RF Pro Racing. It's shut down, it's came back, it's changed hands about 420 different times, it's changed track makers about 69 different times. We're just to that point where it's like you can't expect anything from RF anymore. It's like they may go in there and make something halfway decent, or they may not. Or they may not go in there and do it at all. You just never know what they're going to do anymore. And it just seems like, JLV, the creator of MX Simulator, I'm never seeing him hopping in the pro race servers anymore. There's just a certain disconnect, it seems, nowadays between RF and JLV and the community and all these different things. It just seems like a whole different animal I don't know why there's a 2-stroke pipe on this bike. This is definitely a 4 fatty. This is the Twist Moto. I guess that's only a 2-stroke model. But anyways, Switzy Boy out here on his damn 2-smoke 4-stroke. Hey, we're tearing it up, dog. On my KX 420 2-smoke 5-stroke, bro. Oh, man. So, anyways, I don't really know what the point of this video is other than what the fuck are you doing, RF? You can't even do 3 rounds of Super Motocross? Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Yeah, it's just sad to see it because, I mean, you can see there's like, you know, random custom track maker dudes out there that have already made the first playoff round and the second playoff round for Super Motocross, but, you know, RF, the dudes that are getting paid to do it, they can't even do it. I mean, it's just like, it really makes you sit down and scratch your head a little bit. But nonetheless, you know, I'm just saying it's unfortunate to see. I just really don't know how long RF is going to keep going. I mean, it's like, it just continues to seem to me like it's the picked up pieces of what it used to be. You know, it's all of the individuals that used to be doing RF are no longer doing it anymore. So it's not really the same RF that it used to be. And it's done that, like, it's recycled through that like 3 or 4 times over. So you're not on like the 2nd string RF dudes. You're on like the 5th string RF dudes at this point. That's just the truth, bro. That's just the truth, bro. I mean, finally, they've started to add some more, you know, better ground decals, some more pre-made in 2023, like in the outdoor series, stuff like that. But they've also had a lot of shitty, you know, built around a road, super low, detailed, you know, ground decals. And, you know, they've had some weird tracks this year that felt like they were more in the last few years, what I call the dark ages of, you know, MX Simulator Pro Racing, like 2019, 2020 outdoor type, you know, smoothed off flat track and bullshit. They still had some of those tracks this year, but they also had some better tracks this year. So, yeah, it's just unfortunate because I felt like their Atlanta Motor Speedway Supercross track and their Daytona was some of their best Supercross tracks that they made all year. So you just imagine had the same kind of dude that made this sort of like Atlanta track right here, but you just imagine that on like the first Super Motocross playoff track layout and design, or the second Super Motocross track. It would have been pretty damn good, is what I'm trying to say. Like, had it had this sort of design on it, but it was a replica of the Super Motocross tracks, it would have been great. I mean, I don't know why they didn't do it. I can't figure that out, because Super Motocross it's not like just a random one-off monster cup. I mean, you know, I figured, you know, the Supercross and the Motocross Championship would have been building up to a Super Motocross kind of thing with points. But I guess RF just said, fuck it, we're not even going to do it. We're just not even going to do it, bro. So this is some of those little things that, you know, really, I feel like can push MX bikes way up above MX Simulator at certain points in time, but it also can push MX Simulator above MX bikes at certain points in time. It just really depends on how much effort is being put into the pro racing organization and the tracks. It heavily influences, I feel like, the entire game and the community around the game, because the pro tracks in the game are the most rode-on tracks. I feel like, you know, I don't know, it really seems to affect the, you know, how good these different games seem to be doing to me. So MX Simulator really needed a Super Motocross official RF, you know, series. It really needed that this year. It's just unfortunate to see it, but here's just another example of how lazy. RF, you need me to send you some tea, bro? You need to chug a couple more gallons of tea, bro? Something, bro.